I learned so much at Harvard, but the most valuable lessons were not taught in the classroom. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the 10 life lessons I learned at Harvard. Lesson number 1, getting out of your comfort zone. Get in the habit of making yourself uncomfortable, because that's the only way that you can grow. That means keeping an open mind to opportunities as they come up and saying yes to them, because you never know where this new opportunity is going to take you. Whether it's a new project, a networking event, or a chance to study abroad. Just say yes and figure out how to do it later. At Harvard, there was always something going on. And so many times I was just like that tired from school. But whenever I was invited to a friend's dinner or to a school event, I always made the extra effort to say yes to them, even if it was something that I was not even remotely interested in, like a physics symposium. And adopting that attitude has truly changed my life, with friendships and life learnings that I wouldn't have otherwise. So get out of your comfort zone and try out that rock climbing gym, or go to that arts class, or in my case, go to that physics symposium. Because you never really know what could happen when you get out of your comfort zone. Half of my most cherished friendships from Harvard came from those random encounters that happened because I said yes to something that I normally would say no to. So next time when you're on the fence about doing something outside of your comfort zone, just say yes. Lesson number 2, set big, hairy, scary goals for yourself. And here the goal is to dream so big that it scares you. Because they can seem daunting at first, but they also have the potential to push you beyond your comfort zone and push you towards remarkable achievements that you probably wouldn't even think it was possible. Because even when you fall short of your big, hairy, audacious goals, just the process of working towards it will help you to develop new skills, gain valuable experiences, and fail forward, as long as you're learning from your mistakes and setbacks. For me, my big, hairy, audacious goals was actually all about starting my own travel tech startup when I was at Harvard. For years, I had this idea of creating the most used travel app that could make it easier to share peer-to-peer travel recommendations, so people like you and me can easily create custom itineraries from trusted reviews, while also allowing travelers with the most useful travel recommendations to make money with their travel content. And being at Harvard inspired me to stop waiting for the perfect moment and just take the shot and do it anyway, even without a tech co-founder. And I worked really hard, and I really mean it. I don't think I've ever done anything remotely this challenging in my life. And then COVID came through and the startup ultimately failed. But I honestly don't regret anything about this experience, not even for a second, because I learned so much about business, about app development, about marketing, and so many other skills that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. And through pursuing my big, hairy, scary goals, I was also able to talk to amazing people that I look up to, from business tycoons to industry experts to serial investors that eventually became life mentors to me. So if you don't have any big, hairy, scary goal for yourself, this is your nudge to get one. Lesson number 3, letting go of things outside of your control. Being a student at Harvard in the middle of the pandemic was hard. All of a sudden, we all had to take classes online, and it really dawned on me to think about all the things that I would be missing out because I was not on campus. And throughout my struggle to deal with that unexpected situation, I came across Stoicism, which is all about a life philosophy that I personally really like, because it shows you how to learn and accept the world as it is and channel your energy to focus on things that are under your control. Because after all, life is unpredictable, filled with twists and turns that are just beyond our control. And instead of seeing problems, focus on solutions for the things that are under your control and let go of anything else, because even the worst things that happen to us are only as bad as we make them out to be. So when life deals you with adversity, learn how to let go of things that are just outside of your control to live a happier and more fulfilling life. I have to say though that that's something that I haven't fully mastered myself. I get moody when the weather is rainy and cold, but the more I practice, the better I become. So give it a try and let me know if it helps you. Lesson number 4, it takes a village. You cannot succeed on your own. As much as a lot of what you have accomplished comes from your own effort, so many people has helped you along the way in small and big ways, and you need to acknowledge and thank them for the part that they have played in your success. I started to realize that when I walked around campus with my family during my Harvard graduation, most people would run to my family to congratulate them first for my graduation. And I wouldn't understand why, because technically I was the one graduating. I was the one who actually went to Harvard and worked hard to get a degree. So why would they congratulate my family first instead of me? But it was on my Harvard first gen, next gen graduation that it finally clicked. It was one of the speakers speakers that talked about her own journey and the countless people that helped her along the way that usually goes unnoticed. And it was something that just really opened my eyes there and there, because I was obviously very grateful for my family for their support, but it never really dawned on me the little things that they have done that I took for granted that have eventually helped me to get to where I was. Like my grandma cooking for me so I could focus on my study instead of doing my own meals. And that speech in particular was very life-changing for me because it made me appreciate so much more the people around me in ways that I haven't before. Because you may be the architect of your success, but remember, you didn't build an empire alone. So acknowledge and appreciate the countless individuals who have supported you along the way, whether that's mentors, teachers, friends, family, because their contributions, no matter how small, have played a pivotal role in shaping your journey. So get in the habit of sending thank you notes to the people in your life that have played a big or small role in your success. They'll appreciate it. Lesson number 5, adopting a growth mindset. I think that for the longest time, I had a very fixed mindset and I didn't even know it. I believe that my abilities and intelligence were just static, you know? Like I knew that I was not the smartest cookie in the jar, so what was the point of even trying hard to get the best grade? And that was the case for me until I got to Harvard, because that's when I learned that I could actually be good at anything if I was willing to put in the time and the effort to learn and become better at it. And this growth mindset helped me to view challenges as opportunities to stretch my own capabilities and evolve into the best version of myself. And since then, I have dared to take on so many really cool challenges, like learning how to kite surf, rock climbing, learning Chinese. And I know that I'm not good at any of those things yet, but I know that one day I will be if I just keep putting the time and the effort to improve my skills on it. Lesson number 6, surround yourself with greatness. You become the result of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So surround yourself with individuals who inspire and challenge you to become the best versions of yourself. Being in the company of greatness can inspire you to elevate your own aspirations and achievements. And I don't think I would have started my travel tech startup if I haven't gone to Harvard. And that's because I never thought it was enough, that I had the skills to pull it off as a solo founder. But there is something about being surrounded by other ambitious founders that just inspired me to aim higher. Jump off the plane and just build a parachute on your way down, instead of just waiting for the best timing or just waiting to find a co-founder. So as much as possible, try to surround yourself with other ambitious people, and you'll see that it will also start aiming higher as a result. Lesson number 7, failure is part of the process. So instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, try to see it as a chance to learn and grow, because setbacks are a natural part of the learning process. So instead of taking criticism personally, see it as a valuable feedback that can help you to improve, and use it as an opportunity to reflect on where you can grow. I failed so much trying to build my own travel tech startup, and sometimes it was just so frustrating. Like, I just wanted to quit. But I also knew that that's what happens when you're building something so new. So if you want to win more, you also need to fail more, because failure is a prerequisite to any sort of success. So you need to welcome it and fail more faster, because many of us think that failure is a bad thing to be avoided at all costs. But if you don't fail, you'll also not be able to learn on your way to success. So fail fast and fail often. Lesson number 8, learning don't stop at university. While universities provide a solid foundation of knowledge, your education don't stop at university, especially in such a fast-paced world that we live in today. By learning new skills outside of university, like public speaking, you can enhance your employability and adapt to an ever-changing job market. I mean, I was a product manager, and that used to be one of those hot non-tech jobs out there, until AI came in, and even Airbnb stopped hiring product managers because of AI. So you never know. And at Harvard, I felt like the more I did outside of school, like going to those random physics events, helped me to itch my curiosity and develop a passion for learning new things. And I think that I'm a much more interesting person because of it. Because when I engaged in things that were outside of university, I was able to have more interesting conversations with people outside of my normal circle of friends group. And in turn, that would have never happened inside of the classroom. So regardless of where you are in your own academic journey, if you're in high school, in college, or many years out of college, don't forget that your learning don't stop at university. So keep keep learning. Lesson number 9, learn faster from others. Failure is part of learning, but it gets old to be bumping your head on the wall all the time. And one of the most important things that I learned at Harvard is that you need to fail to learn. It doesn't need to be your failure. In fact, the smartest way to learn something is to learn it from someone else that have been there and done that, failed, and then shared what they learned along the way so you can learn from their mistake and not repeat it again. Learning from others can exponentially fast track your learning curve with mentors or even book, because you can always find a mentor in a good book. And I personally was able to avoid so many disasters when building my startup by talking to other founders and their experiences building their own startup. So learn smarter and not harder by learning from other people's failure. And lesson number 10, loving their journey as much as the destination. Especially for high achievers, it's really easy to get fixated on achieving a goal. But achieving a goal never really gives a lasting happiness and fulfillment that we're looking for. And that's because happiness isn't a destination. It's really about enjoying the journey. So often we go through life grinding just to get to that goal. Then after we get it, we look back with regret because we haven't really enjoyed more of the process towards getting that goal. And for me, I thought, oh, I would be so happy once I get admitted to Harvard. Oh, I would be so happy once I get an internship at my dream job at the United Nations or something else. But in fact, that just put me on a hamster wheel of never-ending goals. And because after you reach one, there's always something next. And you can drown yourself in this never-ending cycle of goals. But I'm not saying here to give up on your goals and just enjoy life, but just trying to find joy and connection in the present, because that can really enrich our lives by just letting go of the expectation of delaying that happiness or just waiting for happiness to show up only after we reach a certain goal. For me, instead of fixating over my own goals, I learned to enjoy the moment. And for example, instead of studying one more hour to improve my grade by 0.001%, I would rather just go out and spend quality time with my friends, because I knew that that time I'd never get back. And that motto of enjoying the journey just as much as the destination allowed me to let go of the guilt of not being tied to a chair studying all the time. And it allowed me to enjoy life along the way. I hope that these learnings help you to leap forward and inspire you to take actions to live a better life. My goal with this channel is to share with you some practical tips and frameworks to help you to elevate your life through education. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please subscribe to this channel and share this video with a friend who might benefit from it. And let me know in the comments what has been the most important lesson that you learned in this video and how would you implement it in your life. And if you have any important life lessons that I didn't cover in this video, please share it in the comments, because your ideas might help someone else too. And if you'd like to supercharge your learning and earning potential with a degree from a top university, you can check out some resources I made available to you on the video description. Don't forget that the more you learn, the more you can achieve. So stay inspired, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!